So this is, I guess, should be trial number 5 or 6.
Yeah, we're trying to go with the. Actually, I probably shouldn't have made this thinner. But anyways, we're trying. Yeah. But anyways, we're trying to do the strip so that we don't have to account for this, and we just account for these corners. I think the black will be up to here, or the carbon fiber. So I might have to trim this one with some tape off the car, real quick. These corners, maybe that one. But installing it probably stretched it a little bit too because it's so thin. And I'm working behind
this. We have to cut the corners and put the bowl in there.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get.
And then if not, we'll just pop it off and do it again. I gotta make that triangle cut before. Okay, guys. Also, so don't try to work your way all the way in here. Just work as far as it'll go right there. Peel it back. You see, it's not touching the orange inside there. Okay, just make the triangle cut. Make it smaller than the, right there is where the handle stops. So I'm gonna try to make it smaller. Any size will help it go left and right. Spread across the middle of that. See, that already is better without bunches.
That already looks better.
Hold on. Yeah, it does. So before I work myself into another problem, let me cut this. This is the handle cap. Someone's got a cramp. The paint drop right there. See, oh yeah. Now we just have to hope that it's lined up right, which I feel like that'll be easier to correct than trying to correct those.
Yeah, yes.
This side. And let's open. Same thing there before it. You see how it's trying to wrinkle there because it needs to be split. So yeah. You'll see that'll go away once we put that cut there.
Too much tension.
Yeah, please. Can you put a little more? This one's gonna be tricky. Can you put it down? I want to see how far the handle is. Sorry, man. Okay. That's good. Just a little bit past it. Okay, make sure. You can't open it anymore? Okay. Let's lift it. Pretty helpful, bro. I don't normally have someone doing small things like this for me. Ever. So I need a third hand. Lots of pressure. Need this. I'm gonna get on this side now. Okay.
That side won't get hit with that.
Yeah, I'll try to get this side first. Get rid of that piece. Yeah. Lift it back and see what it does. About to get it sewed in a second. side and cut.
Flip.
Really? I mean, that's constantly moving back and forth so that I can cut towards myself.
There we go. I see it. We see the tag right there.
Don't want to cut it off all the way because
Yeah.
I mean I can't see the bottom yet.
Let's see.
Thank you. Just one real quick slice this way. Sorry. I should tuck. Oh, my legs cramp. Tuck underneath the rabbit. Oh, you bastard. Ooh, see this thing moving in a weird angle. The leg is cramping. Oh, that's because of that. Remember, it's the same problem we had on this side because that piece is jagged.
Yeah.
So when I'm cutting across it, it's cutting it jagged.
Yeah.
Whereas on that side, it just
Oh, you're not gonna
slipped
see it
across.
though, yeah.
Well, we'll do the same thing there again, but I just wish I would have remembered that. Son of a bitch.
That pulled out.
I haven't cut it all the way. Right, I do have some somewhere, but we'll get done with this by the time we find those. See, it's this motherfucker right here. It's off.
There we go. Jeez.
And then we'll do the same thing with the tape on there to make it straight so it'll look like a shadow at the very.
I think we could edge that a little bit. So right now we're gonna work on this door handle. We got the black again. I'll lay the black down.
You know everything that's going on. So all right, guys, it looks like he did a pretty good job explaining what's going on. He sure is right about the back cup. So we're just gonna quit wasting time, while we're tired and just do the easy job. So we've got this strip that's about 1 to 2 inches longer than the actual handle. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna actually cut this piece off and throw it away and do that separate because I want to be able to wrap all the way
I was
around.
about to ask you, you're gonna try to make that cut? I was like, ooh.
Yeah, you'll see.
Do that expert cut?
Still do it. Okay, so the way I would start is just make sure that you have enough and it's leveled, okay? And I'm not actually going to stretch like we did into there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start there, okay? So if we start there and there's no stretch there, okay? When we're stretching here, this place has no tension because that was the very first place we installed without stretching into it.
Kind of like you said earlier, the same idea like down here. We did that.
Yeah,
Same
exactly.
idea.
Exactly, you remember that. And the side view mirrors too.
Yeah, so the same techniques are used over and over again.
Over and over again, different like sizes, different amounts of stretch, never too much, but yeah, this way. Okay, and then so I'm gonna stretch it, and then I'm actually gonna let this overstretch stretch back and then tuck itself there, so there's not gonna be any there either. It's interesting.
It sounds deep, but we gotta see to that.
Gotta see. It's like shrink wrapping is how I think of it.
And just so you guys do know, this is Avery's gloss black as well.
This is what we had on hand, so originally they were going to be orange and just felt he accepted my recommendation. We had a bit of black. It's still a very good brand. It costs like literally the same within, I think, $2.
That's just a little bit of black. That's cool. I'm with that.
Okay, so see, that's what I was talking about. Now I'm going to stretch it across, right? Have those fingers, right? Okay. But what we'll do here is we'll install these parts. Lift this up. Too much. Okay. You see, I'm just getting out by lifting it and making it flat again, not stretching it, and you see how it's wanting to go down into that handle. That is so crazy. I'll show you the wrong way to do it.
See, we're gonna cut that anyway. So.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that off, but I mean, I'll show you how I would do it if I didn't, and then tear it off anyways, just so you can see that it's not bad. It's just we're working on this handle.
One piece, this one cuts it. There's the other one too. Who knows?
Okay, so
see the line.
Boom, we've got that going through there. Now we'll just take our squeegee, go upwards, lift this up, and let it go into there. So now there's no part of this handle that's going to want to stretch back. And handles you always,
I can even see it right there.
Yeah, you always see on these front portions bottle caps. Like, man, there's like very few, other than show quality cars, that didn't have that. But you know, CK Wraps, I keep saying his name, CK Wraps, he knows how to do that one too. I saw him. When I saw him do that, I was like, okay, bro, good job. That was one of those things I was like, yeah, you deserve your job.
Everybody teaches everybody, man.
Okay. Boom. Heat here because it's not rolling under because I just stretched it out, make it roll itself. Boom. Get this corner real quick.
Back it up.
Yeah.
I see what you see. They call it POV.
Because it's black, it's really hard to see even anything. Can't even see the body line barely.
You will see imperfections, though. That's for sure. You will see that.
Yeah, well, once it's cut, yeah, that's why you gotta make it wrap into this corner so that you're cutting inside the hand on the back side of the handle, not the outside of the handle.
Same method. He's pushing it under, and he's gonna cut all the axis off.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna do this top half.
We'll swap sides. We always like.
Method of doing a handle on a car, but these still, I mean, these are like kind of, I guess you can call them, what are we gonna call them? Fingers, as they are, like what they look like right now, but like something like this tight to get it over a circle on the other end. Just make sure that's your first install part, so that these little tiny fingers, I mean, these are like the least of your worries, because it's literally the only thing it's not even stretched. It's only fingering, because you're making a flat piece of something go over a very tight circle. So when we put the heat on this and we cut it, you'll see that it's going to stay just like that.
Like the feet.
Rules for me, but not for the. That's why I don't like giving out rules, bro, because sometimes you do something that seems like it's not, like it goes against that, but it's like you have to understand every single area. Use the same install method, just slightly different. Short of removing this handle and having the full purchase on it, and then starting from there, wrapping underneath. But you'll see, this is exactly.
You wrap handles on the car.
It's gonna look exactly the same.
Oh man, I'm already getting geeked out and excited. It's something black.
It's gonna look exactly the same. Got this. Okay.
You could actually wrap that other piece.
Yeah, you could. I'm telling you. It's just I just thought of it because maybe from one angle, this is what I'm thinking. If I cut it down the side, depending on which angle you're at, maybe you'll see it.
Yeah,
but it should look like a shadow.
Yeah. You can see the tunnel.
It should look like a shadow. But I'm not even gonna mess with it. It's not a lot of material. It's 3 inches of material. But let me just do it. And then plus to show your customers something extra, and then I lost it again. 2 of them I had, remember? 2 of them.
You got that fancy smancy belt that. You got the ditto there? Oh, yeah? This one?
Oh yeah, they're both over here. No, I need the lead.
Both over there. You alright?
The long one. No? Look at that, another big one.
I change the blades out right fast.
Just to make sure it doesn't go back. Okay, Also, I'm going to lift all these back up to that edge, all the way around it, just up to where I stopped installing, right? We're going to start right on this flattest edge, okay? Very flattest. And then we're going to stick this dental dam. I've actually never flex stream. There we go. Down inside there. And now it's more tucked. Now I don't want to go all the way around there yet. What I want to do is I want to cut that edge so that the tension is being relieved.
See, the same words come up: tension, tension.
All this is about tension, right? It needs to have no tension, right?
Yeah.
No tension.
So it lays flat.
The tension is actually on this side that's trying to scale up this wall like Spider-Man. It's just too flat of a.
You guys know I love Spider-Man. I got so many $high Spider-Man comics. That's my boy right there. I'm not sure
The
about
old
the
ones?
movies, but I'm just saying I'm the comic books. I collect Spider-Man comic books.
I have some. One of my sister's old boyfriends gave me this box. I got a bunch of old comics from the 60s, 70s.
You don't want them?
I mean, I don't not want them, but I don't know what they just sit in a box.
Shit.
Because every now and then I'll go by, I'll look at them, and be like, damn, that's an old motherfucker. Somebody used
You want
to.
to part ways with them. I'm just saying, you know.
I looked up. Some of them are worth like $30, $40. Some of them worth like $2. Some of them worth
It could be
nothing. 35 cents.
Yeah, depending on first edition, second edition, what year. Not every comic book's worth money.
Yeah. There's this one that the edition is wrong. If I had the right edition, it would have been worth like 35 grand. But my edition makes it worth $6, bro.
You must have a third printing, not fourth printing.
I don't even know what it meant by edition, honestly. All I knew is it said mine was $6. So I was like, fuck this. Okay, so that you see it walking away from here? That alone is relieving some tension for this part. Okay, so now I can go underneath here, cut that just a tiny bit more. There's a pretty convenient flat edge on this side of the handle. That is nice. Don't expect that. Most cars don't have that. Okay, a little tiny bit more. Lift it up again. Very lightly, right? Very lightly. Okay. Retighten it. You see how it's just a little bit, it couldn't have done that if that was connected up to here. Sorry about that. Oh, fuck. See how my blade's going behind the knife? There's actually a lip there. Be careful. Okay, look at that. Didn't cut. That's why I go really slowly, bro. Bros, excuse me.
Could be females too.
Brojettes.
That's not defined now.
Dude, we just see customers here. We don't see gender or anything like that.
I was about to say dollar signs. I was about to say what?
Right, yeah. Not dollar signs, bro. We're not here just to make money.
Here to make friends, man.
Not some money
Friends and
grubbing.
connections.
Okay, and so also this top side can be tucked pretty much in one go. It's the circle we've got to work around. And it did not tuck perfectly, so let's lift it again. Tuck it one more time. Actually, if you use this one first, there's your more reliable, bulky, brute force, get the job done based off size and, thickness. So that's what this one does.
They say, guys and thickness. Get the job done.
Get this job done, bro.
Yeah, BBC, boy. Get in there.
Okay, yeah, so then you go back with this one, because it can get it in a little tiny bit more, and that's nice. If that peels off, don't worry about it. I'm changing it anyways. I'm set my mind.
We get it right the first time. Well, should be good. Looking good.
Now I'm talking about if that peels off the back. I'm like, don't worry about that at all. Already pretty much decided on replacing it. Once I figured, I was like, that's the only problem is those pieces that are exposed. Hell no. Dokey. Okay,
Now
let's
we're
get
gonna
that.
do trim, right in your lap.
Just in case, let's just cut it one more time because I have been using it for a few minutes.
I go through some blades, as you guys can see. Where the world now?
Actually, you
Gonna go this way? Or the cut? That's the grain right here.
Okay, so once again, there's this little gap. I don't know if you can see. I'm just running the blade right along it. I'll start lower and then work my way up, right? And then get into that. Lift it up a little bit. Tuck it. Saw something there?
No bugs. It is nighttime.
Fucking assholes. Okay, a little bit more until you clear the corner. Then you can make your final one cut. Because you see how it's not one. Yeah, it's a round corner, so you just have to go around real slow, so you don't get any fingers, pieces of what do you call them? Stickers, tags that you saw me struggling on the inside of there to get rid of, and then possibly damage the rest of the handle or worse.
It's come a long way, man. I love fine tuning, so definitely that mess it up.
Okay, let's tuck it one more time here. And that should be the last tuck before I can make a clean cut. There we go. Stop right before the end because I'm going to want to roll into it.
That to cut that.
If you can't get to the end, you don't want to risk cutting. Just hold the side you don't want to come up and tear it off, okay? That way you don't risk making any unnecessary cuts. I leave this longer, like, okay, the handle ends here. I leave a little bit more because when if you cut it perfectly and you wrapped into there, this part will be silver because when you cut it perfectly, this piece is going down and wrapping under. So you cut it a little bit more this way so that when it wraps, it can fit into the back of the handle.
Makes sense. You don't cut the fit.
Yeah, you don't cut the fit. It makes sense once you see it, that's for sure. But the first time you're cutting, you're like, hey, let me cut the fit. That makes sense. Just like you cut everything else in your life. But you didn't cut stuff that goes onto 3D services. Ooh, look at that little tiny tag right there. You're about to ruin my night. Yeah, it's just a little tiny piece that is stuck by right there.
Just a big piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, a little baby piece.
Bam, look at that corner.
And then, so I'm not done. Right here, what you do is you'll take this just to get, because it kind of, like, I guess you call them tags or something, but just wrap the rest around, okay? Just wrap the rest around. And then watch after I cut this bottom and I put the heat there, it's gonna stay looking like that. And then actually, there we go, I'll do this one wrong. And I'll show you what happens as soon as you put the heat there. As soon as you get some heat there and it just wrinkle back on you like a old man's pair of balls. Still, see, look at that, 2 more little fucking stickers right there. It's squeegee to go all the way around.
Wow.
See, I'm kind of rocking it rather than dragging it.
Bravo.
And then when you put heat there, you need to put heat there just to do the final, what did he call it, man? Post stretch, post heating. There we go. Yeah, that's about as good as I cut it. So here is what you do. Here's how you normally think you should install a handle.
I so I guess you're gonna show us another way to install it, but the way most people would install this.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna look as clean as that one. He showed you the proper way, and he's gonna show you a different way.
So here we're trying to work it in. You saw the other side, we started there. We started there. So the rest of the stretch was all inside here, right? Now the stretch is all here because actually it'll be on both sides if this is how you're doing it, and none of the stretch will be in there, which is not how you do it, okay? So we got this, we'll pull this back. Try to do the same way. These handles might actually not even be too curved to have a problem.
The Honda, it loves you, man. So, you know, I see what you're trying to do. It loves you, man.
Yeah.
It made this work out for you because of the Honda.
I hope it does that, to be honest with you, because you know what I'm saying? It's really flat. Other ones, they stick out a lot, so that technique really comes into play. I'm not going to focus on that because
either way, he's still showing you a different way to do it. So if it works out bad,
I would not recommend against it. Let me turn it off. This side.
yeah, I don't want that, man. No. Never that.
Oh, nope. I'm not about to do that there. Do not tuck it there, and I need that piece. So tuck it inside here. It's a very small piece, so I can't fit my fingers there, so I'm using the squeegee for a different purpose. Pull off the vinyl. A little bit of heat to stretch back. Feeding it this time around, feeding it into the hang on. There's no I mean, I don't want to try to cut it the improper way because I want to fuck up your car, so I'm gonna still cut it good. But the example should show, you know, what I'm talking about. Now, switch spots again. Switch spots. Ooh, something like that. One of them is called the wrong way, though. So
yeah.
Nice that black looks.
It's the orange? Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good, like, it reminds me of like something intimidating like Halloween. I'm expecting to fucking get, you know, this shit scared out of me or something.
Like that lightning out there.
Yeah. You saw me jump, bro. You didn't even jump. You just looked back. Or maybe you were already done. You already got to hide your jump by the time I looked.
Maybe some of us are used to hearing, you know what I'm saying, other things, you know. You were popping out, so I'm going to say I'll leave it there.
Yeah, well then lightning ain't going to scare you very much.
That bow hit kind of close, though.
Yeah.
So he did two different ways of doing it. This was actually the improper way, but he's going to put the heat on there and we're going to see what happens.
Well, I'm going to actually put a little bit of, you know,
It works out cool.
tuck it into as well.
Yeah. You still want to do it the way he showed you on the front of the handle, but we just want to try a different way.
Just do a moment of truth, and then if it does any type of fingering within this few seconds, over months and weeks, it's gonna fuck you up even more.
Honda loves you.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, that's not even a finger. That's a sticker. I could cut that right off. I still wouldn't recommend to do this, and you're not going to be wrapping a Honda. The person watching this probably, or you're going to be wrapping a different model one. Just don't do that. Start at the edge. Put the stretch in something that has 4 or 5 inches left to take the hold up the stretch. I don't know why I'm still cutting it. You cut this. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm gonna finish this.
Now we're going to start working at the middle right here. Let's get that out of here. Woo, look at that. We have a handle.
Okay. Trim on since this is the handle side we're keeping, trim on this side of the gap.
Superman S code, so he's going to trim. Actually open the door again.
Try to make it a good trim. It doesn't have to be an exactly perfect trim because it gets tucked over a spot that never gets seen ever again because it's inside the handle, but still do a decent job. This is what I mean by two handle piece. Depending on the angle you're standing at, you can't see any silver there, but if you come over here, you'll see silver. So if I do the same thing on the other side, then there won't be any silver. And since I'm already gonna chop this off, we'll do this, we'll grab another piece, a whole separate piece, like let's call it 3 inches, and then we'll reinstall it just like we did this, but a lot quicker since it's so small. Go back over this way. Yeah, cutting upside down, bro. I mean, sometimes that's the thing you do. If that's the most comfortable. For me, cutting forward, I don't like doing that. For me, I like to cut back towards myself. So that's just how I angle myself, to where I've always got a position to cut back towards myself. And then so work those corners slowly, because you can accidentally cut from here to straight to the other side, and there you just wasted your handle. Oh, son of a bitch! Fuck! Turn that up, delete it.